I want to congratulate Max Verstappen on his second World Drivers' Championship. Because the championship is pretty much done, and if you still think Leclerc can claw back this championship, you're delusional. By the time of the Australian Grand Prix, if you tell me Max Verstappen can win this championship at Singapore, I would genuinely think you're crazy. But here we are, talking about how Max Verstappen can win this championship at Singapore. Ferrari, in my eyes, are to blame for the level of which dominance of Max Verstappen is right now. They highlighted his dominance. With their strategy blunders, Max Verstappen and Red Bull could have had a lot less race wins. Yeah, it is what it is. Ferrari need to get their act better for 2023, because if they don't, they might find themselves fighting for P9 with Williams in the constructors. And this is not to take anything from Max Verstappen. He has been phenomenal. Pretty much zero mistakes from him. We have just seen cooler, calmer, generally better Max. No crazy dive bombs, no crashing into people, no contact. He has just been a lot less aggressive, and that's because he has won that championship last year, so he has that confidence in him, and the fact that he knows this championship is done, so there's no need to take risks. The Max and RB18 combo is just unstoppable right now. Over the first part of this season, Ferrari generally have the quicker car, even in some races, but especially in qualifying, the Red Bulls were nowhere. But now the Red Bull is just the best car on the grid, in qualifying and in the races, especially in the hands of Max Verstappen. The records which Max Verstappen is on course to break are significant records in Formula 1. For example, that insane 9 wins in a row from Sebastian Vettel and the 13 wins in a season from Michael Schumacher. To be honest with you, I don't see Max breaking that record of 9 wins in a row. Because in Singapore, I think it's going to suit the Ferrari way more than the Red Bull, but the Red Bull are looking really good, so yeah, anything can happen. But I just have that gut feeling that maybe Verstappen's streak of 5 wins in a row might be broken in Singapore. Those 13 wins in a season held by Michael Schumacher is a record that I just see Max Verstappen breaking, because he's just in phenomenal form. I don't see the Ferrari challenging him, except at Singapore maybe, but anywhere else, I just have that gut feeling that Max Verstappen is going to win the race. And yeah, talking about those wins, I'm probably going to make a video trying to predict who will win the last 6 races of this season, so definitely subscribe to stay tuned for that. So yeah, the championship is done. Let's not even talk about it. Max Verstappen can win at Singapore or maybe Japan. Now, let's focus on 2023. And this is where I get a bit scared. I'm a Merc guy, and I'm definitely hoping that Mercedes can make a comeback in 2023. But the level of which Max and Red Bull are operating right now, I'm starting to have my doubts. Literally, I'm excited for 2023 to see what the W14 might bring for me as a Merc guy, for us as Merc guys, talking about the Merc guys that are viewing this. But I'm just literally, I have kind of faith and believe in Mercedes to at least make the car better and maybe be ahead of Ferrari. But to be ahead of Red Bull, I'm not really sure. The level which those guys are operating at is just insane. This dominance of Max Verstappen and Red Bull can go on till about 2026. I am genuinely scared, and of course I want Lewis Hamilton to break that record of 8 World Drivers' Championship. That would just make me happy. But I'm not going to be surprised if Mercedes have the best car on the grid for 2023 onwards. I will actually be surprised if Red Bull didn't hold their own against Merc. That's my take on 2023. I hope Mercedes can make their comeback, because I would love to see them winning in Formula 1, since when I started watching Formula 1, they're in a tough battle with Red Bull, and I don't really get to see their dominance. But for me, I watch an average lifetime's worth of YouTube, so I did have sort of a perspective of what their dominance is. So I want to relive it again, although dominance is very boring for me. If Mercedes wins year in year out, I'm probably not going to be bothered. So yeah. Now check out this video where I explained 2022 is the end of Nicholas Latifi. Thanks for watching. Smash that sub button for me.